Hello, welcome to today's topic. I'm going to be talking about children who play more video games show greater signs of intelligence over time, study finds. Now, this topic is for anyone. If you're a parent or if you're a kid and you're into video games, and if you just generally play video games, even if you're an older guy or a girl. So, this video will discuss the details. And many parents feel guilty when their children play video games for hours on end. Some even worry it would make their children less clever. And indeed, that's the topic scientists have clashed over for years. In a new study, scientists investigated how video games affect the minds of children, interviewing and testing more than 5,000 children aged 10 to 12, and the results published in scientific reports will be surprising to some. Children were asked how many hours a day they spent on social media, watching videos or TV, and playing video games. The answer was a lot of hours. On average, children spend 2.5 hours a day watching online video games or videos or TV programs, half an hour of socializing online, and 1 hour playing video games. In total, that's 4 hours a day for the average child and 6 hours for the top 25%. A large portion of the child's free time and other reports find that this has increased dramatically over the decades. Screens were around in previous generations, but now they are truly defining childhood, which is true because social media has taken over. Is that a bad thing? Well, it's complicated. There could be both benefits and drawbacks for the developing minds of children. YouTube of anything can turn out bad. Therefore, a balance between playing video games or too much video games versus just right dose is always preferred. I myself play 2 to 3 hours of video games daily, and some days it's 3 to 4 depending on the interest level on that day. But after that, I switch to productivity tasks immediately. And these might depend on the outcome you're looking for. For the study, they were specifically interested in the effect of screen time on intelligence, the ability to learn effectively, think rationally, understand complex ideas, and adapt to new situations. Intelligence is the most important trait of our lives and highly predictive of a child's future. Income, happiness, longevity. In research, it's often measured as performance on a wide range of cognitive tests. For the study, we created an intelligence index from 5 tasks: 2 on reading, comprehension, and vocab, 1 on attention and executive function, which includes working memory, flexible thinking, and self-control, 1 on assessing visual spatial processing, such as rotating objects on your mind, and 1 on learning ability over multiple trials. This is not the first time someone has studied the effect of screen on intelligence, but research so far has produced mixed results. So what's special about this time? The novelty of their study is that taking a look at genes and socio-economic backgrounds into account. So what does the child ethnic background and how social are those kids played a major role in determining intelligence. Only a few studies so far have considered socio-economic status, house income, parental education, and neighborhood quality, for example, and no study had accounted for genetic effects. Genes matter because intelligence is highly heritable. If unaccounted for, these factors could mask the true effect of screen time on children intelligence. For example, children born with certain genes might be more prone to watching TV and independently have learning issues in the long run. The lottery of genetics is a major co-founder of psychological process. But until recently, this has been hard to account for in scientific studies due to the heavy cost of genome analysis and technological limitations. The data used for the study is part of a massive data collection effort in the US to be better understanding childhood development, called the Adolescent Brain and Cognitive Development Project. The sample was representative for the US terms of sex, race, ethnicity, and socioeconomic status. The results: they found that when they first asked the child at age 10 how much they played, both watching video and socializing online were linked to below average intelligence. Meanwhile, gaming wasn't linked with intelligence at all. These results of screen time are mostly in line with previous research. But when we followed up a later date with the same children, they found that gaming had a positive, meaningful effect on intelligence. That's amazing. While children who played more video games at 10 years were on average more intelligent than the children who didn't play video games. That showed the most gains in intelligence after 2 years in both boys and girls. This evidence beneficial causal effect of video games in intelligence. This result fits with previously smaller studies where participants are randomly assigned a video gaming, playing, or a controlled group. Our findings is also in line with parallel lines of studies suggesting that cognitive abilities aren't fixed but can be trained, including studies of cognitive training and intervention apps. So what are the other two types of screen activities? Social media did not affect the change in intelligence after 2 years. The many hours of Instagramming messaging did not boost children's intelligence. So Instagramming didn't change anything. Social media didn't change anything. But finally, watching TV and online videos showed a positive effect. So if you watched videos on YouTube and if you watched TV, that showed a positive effect on analysis. There is some empirical support of high quality of TV video content such as programs of Sesame Street. So if when children watch Sesame Street, they had a positive effect on the children's school performance and cognitive abilities. When thinking about implication of these findings, it is important to keep in mind that there are many other psychological aspects that we didn't look at, such as mental health, sleep quality, and physical exercise. Of course, you're not going to look at all the attributes of a child during the day. Our results showed not to be taken as a blanket recommendation but all for parents, but to allow limitless gaming, but for those parents bothered by or allow controlled video gaming. But for those parents bothered by their children playing video games, you can now feel better knowing that it's probably making them a little bit smarter. Well, as always, if you enjoyed the topic, click the like icon, and if you want to see more of the videos, click the red button. Enjoy this video? Then must have a look at these videos.